Hi friends, welcome back to Cheturex 247. Today we are going to discuss an interesting topic that is database recovery system. So this is our Unit 4 concept, most important for semester exam. So let us discuss now. Today we are going to cover the concepts of introduction to transaction process, concepts and its theory. That is in this introduction to transaction process. Okay, we will see this now. Okay, what is transaction processing? Okay, transaction processing means it is a set of processes which is used to complete a task logically. Okay, this is called transaction processing, and in this there is a definition, and in this transaction concepts we will see now. Transaction concepts are nothing but um, mainly transactions are done in between two types of validated users. It is most important because the transactions are done between users only. So the two users are single user and second user is we all know that single means another is multi-user. So let us discuss this single and multi-user. Okay. Now single user means the data transfer or the transaction are between one is to one. It's called as one is to one. Okay. But whereas in multi, we can observe that many is to many. Okay. Between many persons, the transactions will be done. Okay. Now, coming to its concepts, this is about single and multi-user. The main top point is our database management. That is, in short, I will write it as DBMS will work under multi-user because multiple users, for example, we are only the multiple users accessing the database. Okay. It is done works under multi-users. Don't worry, I will share these notes with you in the description. And coming to next point is now we will see that the processing transaction we have done. So we'll go upon with transaction processing. Transaction processing means nothing but the way in which the transaction process between the two users, that is multi-user. Okay. This is also, we will shortly call it as, we can call it as fashion or processing. Okay. Now it has two types. Yes, two types. From here, we can expect 10 marks, 10 marks question. So we will discuss with entire concept and one example. Now the first type is interleaved. Okay, interleaved fashion or processing. And the second one is second one means parallel. Okay. Now the note point is our DBMS, that is database management system. That is we are using Oracle now. So Oracle follows interleaved fashion. Okay. So let us discuss what are these. First one, interleaved processing means It is the transaction method done. Uh, let us take take that if one process is or transaction going on, if in between, note that if in between any process or transaction comes, then automatically the first transaction will be left over there and the newly arrived transaction will be executed or processed. Okay? Or processed. So this is called interleaved fashion. So let us discuss once again clearly. And see, I will explain diagrammatically. If T1 is one process or transaction, T2 is another process. If we are performing this one, if in between T2 arrives, then it stops T1 and starts the T2. Okay, this is the whole concept what I have written here. Okay, what I have written means this is the whole concept. Once go through this definition, in exam also write like this only. Okay, and next interlevel. Next parallel means parallel transaction also we have. This is done between multiple transactions. We don't focus much on this because parallel in the board we know that in this the transactions are done parallelly without any defects. Okay, so now we will discuss about completely about interleaved fashion. The fashion of transaction processing. Okay, interleaved means in between another process comes and stops the first process and again continues the second process. Okay. In the meanwhile, if any third process came, it stops the second process at middle and it starts third process. Okay, up to so on and process. Now, interleaved we have we'll check one source. Okay. For interleaved only. Uh, in this also we will face some of the problems. So these are of four types of problems are there. So let us discuss them clearly. The first problem is uh, incorrect summary problem. Second problem is unrepeatable problem. Third one is dirty read problem. And fourth one is lost update problem. Okay, these are the four types of problems. So we'll discuss one by one. Okay. Incorrect summary problem means if any updates done in the transactions in middle, if any was not updated with the new values, then we face this problem. Okay, let us take an example. Example is T1. Okay, it is the first transaction, and now we have two methods, that is read item of, we will let us assume X, and read that it means it will read the X value from the user or the internal storage physical database, which is stored internally, and then we will perform operation, that is X colon is equal to something like X plus 10 or X plus 280. Okay. Now, now go down and then write it. Write item means the updated item will be written in the internal storage. Okay. Write item of X will be replaced with the updated value. Where we will get that data? For suppose another transaction T2 is there. Okay. Now, again, T2 will also read item simultaneously because in between T2 is there. And now let us take value as Y. Now write item of Y. Again, we will write it Y. If here in this transaction got failed, if suppose, okay, if suppose transaction failed here, then if suppose here the X value is, we assume it as X is equal to 10. Then what is the value here? The updated value of X, that is 290. Okay. But here the transaction was failed. It won't write the item. Okay. If you use X here, again for reading of item, uh, perform any operation. For suppose X1 is equal to X minus 10. Then it won't work because here transaction has failed. So the updated value we did not return and it does not go in here. So here there is a incorrect summary problem. Okay. The values are showing incorrect. As we know that we should go 290, but it is go remaining as 10 only. This is the incorrect summary problem. Okay. That's it. Next. Here, unrepeatable read happens when a transaction reads the same data item twice and gets different values because another transaction modified, updated, or deleted the data is between the two reads. See, this is the example when if T1 reads a value and same T2 again reads the same value, then even though it was updated or deleted or modified, that same value or the incorrect value is written by the code. So this here the unrepeatable read happens. Okay. So the modified value should be read by the T2 process. Okay, this is unrepeatable problem. And the T problem is if I will directly explain by transactions taking. That is T1 and T2. In this T1 and T2, if here the read item of X is there and performing an operation X is equal to X plus 10, then write item of X. Here transaction failed. Then initially, if we let us take X value is equal to 5. Okay. Then what we will get 15 we will get here as the result. Okay. So the modified X value is 15. If here transaction failed, for example, then there is no performance of right item is done. Then uh, initially X is equal to 5, right? So here also we should get the value as 5, but we won't get 5. Okay. It will return as 15 here. So this is the dirty if problem. Unnecessary data is coming. Without transaction failed also the without writing also modified value is going. But transaction fails again it should go to starting point. Okay. And the last update problem is if any value is gone wrong to be taken also, it won't look and or check. It simply takes the value. Okay. Even though transaction failed also, it won't. Even though transaction failed also, it won't update its value. Okay. This is about the problems occurring in it. And the operations we perform are read item and write item. Okay, these are the two operations we perform in this. Okay. So now let us now discuss about the next topic, that is desirable properties of transactions. Before going to it, we will learn about a short answer. 2 marks question. Uh, That is, what are the transaction states? Okay, transaction states are of 5. The first one is begin or active state. Okay, second one is partially committed. Third one is committed. Fourth one is failed or aborted. Fifth one is terminated. Okay, these are the 5 steps we can get for 2 marks and write simply about them. Begin state means initial state like that. Whatever the transaction is there, T1 or T2. Example like T1 or T2, etc. will generate. Partially completed means before performing the write item. Okay. Write if you here you listen about them. Read item means it will just read the what value. Okay. Value of that particular variable. Okay. But write item means it will update the value in the hard disk or physical storage. Okay. This is the main difference. And now, partially complete means it before performing write item. That is, it won't stored in stored in the database. Okay. Now, completed means after write item. Okay. After write item, and it will update the internal or physical storage. This is the difference. Okay. Next. Failed or aborted means we clearly know that is a transaction failure. Next, about terminated means if transaction failed or committed successfully, both the cases it happens termination. Okay, then there the database access is closed up to that. We once terminated. Okay, this is about the water transaction states. And next, we will go to the next topic. That is desirable properties of transactions. It is a very important sixth question. Okay. Desirable properties, answer we will see. This is the question. Let us discuss now. Answer is there are four types, properties. Those are first one, atomicity. Second one, consistency. We'll discuss about all these, don't worry. And third one is isolation. And fourth one is durability. Okay. Shortly, remember that note point. You will call them as passive properties. Okay. Now let us discuss about them. Atomicity means after clearly see after the transaction failure. Okay. Every transaction included in what in the failure should roll back. Okay, roll back means coming to the original state. Is called as atomicity. Okay, its consistency means the updates. See, I'm explaining very simply so that you can write an exam. The updates made before the transaction are equal to the updates made after the transaction is there. Okay. After the transaction. Next, isolation means converting parallel to serializable. We'll discuss about serializable also next topics. Serializable processing. Parallel means simultaneously creating multiple processes. Serializable means giving a priority to which should be processed first, which is the most important. Parallel serializable is more durable and important. Next, durability means particular particular transaction is complete within the given or allotted time to it. Okay. These are the acid properties. Within that time, the transaction should be completed. Okay. Very important. Please make a note on this. And last topic we will discuss now is serializability. And after that, we will discuss concurrency and database recovery techniques. Okay. Now, what is serializability? Serializability means it is the process of giving priority to which it should execute or complete action within the time allotted. Okay. So this is having two types in serializability. The first type is serial schedule. The second one is unserialized schedule. Okay. Now we will look at the serial schedule. Serial schedule means one by one will complete the transaction. Okay. Whereas the unserial schedule, not like that. It follows some techniques. Those are cascade. Second one is cascade less. And third one is cache or buffer. The fourth one is the fourth one is recoverable. Now we will discuss about all of this. These are all the types of cascade. Okay. Now, cascade means if any process or transaction forcibly changed, then all others also will change according to it. Okay. If any process made to change forcibly, then all others will also change it. Okay. Cascadeless means we have discussed about read item and write item. Now, uh, if take an transaction T1, if read item is written at starting, and if the transaction, okay, is not committed, then what happens? Then again, read item is not allowed to read the value. Okay. So first we will complete one process and then another process will be started. Cascade means if forcefully stop one process, then others should also change or stop the process of transaction. Cache means recently stored data of transaction so that on based on this it is performed to complete this transaction. Recoverable means we have learned about correctly read problem. At that time, transaction was failed as failed. So initial value should be returned. Initial value should be returned. So to return the initial value, it will be real stone. Okay. These are the topic about serializability. And next we will discuss about the controlling techniques. Okay. This is most important, and here we can expect 10 marks. Okay. Now, going to concurrency control. Concurrency means completely true. Okay. Concurrency means what? Means simultaneous action of two transactions leads to concurrency. Okay. Concurrency will give the problems like the last update problem, better aid and unrepeatable, and we have seen insert summary problem also. So to transactions. So to overcome this, we can have some specialized techniques. So there is a two-phase locking technique, and another one is here is the time tap ordering. So first we will discuss about the okay. First we will discuss about the